Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is Monday, January 29th, I believe, 4:30, and I thought I would make a very short video. I don't have a lot to share, but I didn't make a video last week, and I don't want to get out of the habit of making videos, so I will share the little that I do have, and I think I've decided I'll probably make one every other week because I don't have a lot of progress. I don't stitch as much as some people do, and I want to be able to have something to share, so I'll probably switch to an every other week kind of thing. For everyone, if you're brand new, welcome. If you are returning, thanks for coming back. Let's see, I've only worked on basically 3 projects. Last week I didn't really stitch much at all. I was just in one of those rebellious moods and I didn't feel like stitching. I don't know why, it happens sometimes. Work is getting a little bit better. I could see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I don't think it's a train anymore, so that's pretty good. I've got 2 audits for insurance next week, Tuesday and Wednesday. Basically the same information for both, so I should just be able to gather my information this week and have it for next week, and I'll get through that. I have to get my 1099s out this week before the 31st, so I've got that on my plate, and we're getting a little bit of a snowstorm, I think tonight into tomorrow, maybe 1 to 3 inches, which is perfect. I don't need anything more than that, but all in all, work is starting to calm down, so I'm feeling a little bit better. But last week, the boyfriend asked me if I was interested in watching the Harry Potter movies with him. He'd never seen them before. I know, blasphemy. They were on HBO. So I got HBO for a free trial. That reminds me, I have to cancel it before they charge me. I don't really find anything on HBO all that often. So you can get the HBO Now for like $15 a month. I do that for Game of Thrones, and then after it's finished, I cancel it. So I got the, my mother had never gotten the free trial, so I used it on her device, so I'm pretty sure I can cancel it and it won't have cost me anything to watch the Harry Potters. So we watched Harry Potter last week, and I love Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter, I love Disney, I love all of those things. Him, not so much. He loves Lord of the Rings. And about halfway through, he started, because he watches it at his house and I watch it here, but we synchronize our, devices at the same time. So we're watching it at the same time, basically. So about halfway through, he started saying, well, there's a reference to Lord of the Rings. Well, there's another reference to Lord of the Rings. And I mean, I like Lord of the Rings. I've seen it several times, but I am not a founding member of the Tolkien Society, which he is. I know. There's a giant nerd alert right there. But anyway, he I'm not making that up. That is actually serious. So much so that when they were making Lord of the Rings, he was able to, well, he didn't go, but he was asked if he wanted to go to New Zealand to be an extra and to be one of the orcs. And for whatever reason in his life, he did not go at that time. But he could have been in that movie. So that would have been pretty cool. But anyway, so last week at night, I spent watching Harry Potter with him, and I can't stitch and watch TV at the same time because I don't have my glasses on or my contacts, and I just can't see. So there was no stitching at night, and then in the morning, I just didn't have the time, and I didn't do any morning stitching, and I did not stitch much. So, enough of the excuses as to why I didn't stitch. I did stitch a little bit here and there, but not my normal routine. So, I thought I would share the little progress that I do have, and then I do have some purchases that I can share. This one is ABC Sampler. Country Cottage. I know, people are going like, finish this stuff already, would you? I'm working on it. So that's that one. And I finally got my green in today. I finally got off my butt and ordered the green that I was out of. So I did a little bit of the white, but I wasn't really interested in doing that, so I didn't do much of it. But I did get the green, so I could finish the alphabet and the leaves, and hopefully finish this sucker, because I really would like to have it framed and put in my bedroom, because the colors will complement my bedroom colors. So I really do want to finish that. So I did do a little on that. Like I said, the green came in today. So hopefully I will get back into the habit of, I like to stitch in the morning for about 15 minutes. I don't have a lot of time, but I like to get into that habit of just quietly stitching while the house is still quiet. Not that I have little kids or anything. My son is 21, but my mom and my son both sleep late, and I'm up at 5. My next project is All Dolled Up by Little House Needleworks. So I'm working on that one. And I've made a couple of mistakes, which I don't know. Am I the only one that thinks once I've made a mistake, it's like the bloom is off the rose and I'm just not all that excited? I'll take it out of the hoop, because I know there's a mistake and it was just too much of a pain to fix it, so I'm just dealing with it, I suppose. But coming along there, and it's not even like I'm a half a stitch, and I've made another mistake on another project, and again it's a half a stitch, so I need to pay better attention to my counting. But I think I will be able to fudge it and go on with it, and I don't think anyone will notice. Nobody notices. I mean, I don't notice. When somebody else says that there's a mistake on their projects, I never see it. I never notice. And if you do notice, shame on you for noticing. And the other one that I worked on, I put my pattern in a page protector. Somebody had mentioned that, and I think that's a great idea. Of course, I brought the wrong picture. But let's see. I am doing winter, which is that one. I guess the picture's upstairs. I'm not sure how it could be, but I guess it is. Anyway, don't want to show you the pattern. Progress on the alphabet on the right side. And I was hoping to get that done last week, but I have not. So it's coming along. I like it. It's a nice stitch. I got my glasses so that I can see what I'm stitching. So I've been happy about that. But that's really just, you know, a little bit of stitching, like I said. And I've had to really talk to myself, because I follow a lot of people on Instagram and I watch Flosstube, and I can very easily get discouraged because I don't stitch as much. I don't stitch. I'm not a super fast stitcher. I don't have, you know, number 10 finish under my belt right now. I can get easily discouraged. So I've just had to tell myself that this is a hobby. It's not a race. I am not in a contest with anyone. And I stitch what I stitch, and every stitch counts. And that's just the way it is. I'm not going to get upset with myself because, you know, my hobby isn't on par with somebody else's hobby. And I just have to let that go, because there is a saying, comparison is the thief of joy, I think. And that's very true. So I've had to relax a little bit on myself and not beat myself up over it, because I have a perfectionist attitude. And if I can't do it perfectly, then I don't want to do it. And I've also had instances of things that were hobbies that I enjoyed that I managed to turn into stressful situations, and then don't want to do it. And then like I said, I rebel. and then I will just stop. So, and I don't want to do that. So I just have to accept that, you know, I stitch when I can, I stitch when I'm in the mood, and I stitch, you know, what I want to stitch. And I've also, my attention has shifted a little bit. I can be kind of OCD about things, obsessive compulsive. Right now I'm starting to focus on my health, and I need to get serious about my health and losing some of this weight that I have. I would like to lose about 50 pounds. And I have to for health reasons. I haven't talked about it much on my channel, but I almost had a heart attack a couple of years ago, and I have a stent. And I'm on my way to being diabetic if I don't take care of it. In January, I set some goals for myself, and as I sit down at the end of January, I realized that I have diddled away the month, and not much has gotten done, and I'm about the same weight that I was when I started. And that's not okay. So I've been kind of watching some low-carb keto videos and doing some research on recipes and meal planning and things like that. So my attention kind of goes where my current obsession is. So it'll, you know, switch back to other things, and I just have different areas that I find interesting. So while I always know what I'm interested in because it's where the videos are. You know, I'll watch organizing and planner videos, then I'll switch back to Flosstube, and then I'll go back to keto, low carb, and on it goes. So right now I'm kind of focused on health at the moment. And once I'm in a good place, because it takes 7 to 14 days for me to get past the cravings and the sugar and all that stuff. And once that happens, then it's kind of like on autopilot, and then I accept it. That's the way it is, and I just get on with life. But for the first 2 weeks, I have to work at it a little bit harder. So that's kind of where my mind is. But I do have some purchases. I got 2 fabric of the months. This one is from Color and Cotton. It looks a little bit more blue than what it is in reality. This is more of a green, but it's very, very pretty. And it's a 28 count Jobelin. Unfortunately, they didn't name the color. They left it blank. So I don't know what color this is. It's just a little piece. I didn't get a big piece. But I think something spring, Easter, I think would look really cute on this. But if you are a member of Color and Cotton and you got the same color as me and you know what the color is, let me know down below, because I'd like to write it in, because I have no idea what it is. The second one I got was from Crazy Annie, which I believe is Picture This Plus. And I got the neutral palette on hers, and Color and Cotton I got anything. So it was a surprise me. This one's a bigger piece. I love how they're finished on the edges so that I don't have to do it. This is a 28 count Lugana in doubloon. I hear that talked about all the time when people talk about the colors that they get, so I was kind of excited to get that one. But it's very, very pretty, and I really, really like it. So I got my first 2 fabrics of the month. I'm so excited about that. And my order from everything cross stitch came today. So I got my green poblano pepper so I can get back to work on ABC Sampler. Update on my Lowry stand that I ordered. I ordered it on January 4th. I still have not gotten it in. It's coming from the UK. I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't know if it comes on a boat. I'm guessing it does. I have no idea. So I'm going to give it at least 6 weeks, I guess. And then I'll inquire. They sent me the tracking information, and when I check it, it just says in transit. It doesn't really give me any information of, you know, where it is in transit. I did get a couple of patterns when I got my floss, because who can order just a skein of floss and not something else. So I went through my wish list and just picked up a couple of things that were on sale at the time. This one is a shepherd's bush. I love shepherd's bush, and I don't stitch a lot of them, and I don't know why. This one is tall sheep, but I love it. I just love the purples and the greens. That is one of my favorite color combinations. So I got that one, and then this one is Sheep in the Meadow from Country Cottage. This, if you're doing the sheep virtues, is one piece. This is the piece that they often use in the center. I did not do mine that way. I did them singly, only because I didn't know that somebody had, you know, come up with this idea, or I would have, because I think it's absolutely adorable. And then I got one. This one is for the boyfriend, so I'm going to stitch this. It's a Sue Hillis, and this might actually work on the doubloon now that I look at it. I am not one of those people that can stitch things that I don't like. So I'm pretty picky on what I will spend my time on, unless it's something small. I think this piece I can do. He has a thing for pirates. So I think I will make this for him for Christmas. And I don't think it will be too bad, because it's mostly lettering and then the skull. So I don't anticipate that would take very long. Comes with a little pirate charm for the flag, and I think that would go nicely on the doubloon that I just got. So yay! So I'm going to do that, I think, for him. And then I also got the wool needle book and scissor fob from Little House. I think that one is adorable as well. I love the idea of making a needle book and a scissor fob. I've never made one before, so I'm looking forward to that. And that's about it, people. I really don't have a lot. My New England Patriots are on the way to the Super Bowl, and I know we are spoiled. Ah, there's my picture for winter. I knew I brought it, but there you go. We are spoiled up in New England, and I won't brag on them too much. Hopefully they win. I know nobody else wants us to win. But anyway, my other New England girls will. How about that? Helen and Lynette. Just two things that I'm loving this week, and got it on sale at Ulta on Saturday. I don't know how long the sale's going on, but love this shampoo, lavender and mint. This is giant. It's 1 liter, and it's normally $40. I used to have a client who was a hairdresser, and she had she could go to beauty supply places, and she would pick this one up for me for Christmas, and it would last me a really long time. She used to get me the conditioner too, which I went through, you know, twice as fast because I have so much hair. But it smells so good. It's lavender and mint. It's just, it smells clean, and I love it. But it was on sale for $20. So that's a 50% savings. So that's awesome. They didn't have the conditioner, so I could only get the shampoo. So I got that. And it has tea tree in it. So if you have itchy scalp, dandruff kind of thing, that helps with that as well. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, again, I'm not sure how long the sale's going on, but love that. And then while I was there as well, I picked up my Cellar cleansing water, which this is what I use to take my eye makeup off. When I was younger, I think in high school, I think it was baby oil, and that was, you know, would leave your eyes greasy and whatnot. And I don't use it for the rest of my makeup. I use Pond's, but for just the eye makeup, I use this on like a cotton pad, and it works really, really well. And it was cheap. I mean, it's like $3 for this, and it lasts quite a long time. And I think that's it. It's going to be, yeah, 20 minutes. I don't have a lot to share this time. and I will probably see you in another couple of weeks, and hopefully everyone has a great stitchy week, and hopefully I will have a great stitchy week and get back to my routine and get a little bit more progress, and maybe I'll have a finish at some point. So have a great night, and I will talk to you later. Bye.